Welcome, educators. My name is Royce Kennebrew. I have 20 years of educational experience as a classroom teacher, as an administrator, and now as an educational consultant. I have gone into schools over a couple hundred times since the end of the pandemic, and I am here with an opportunity for you to change the culture and climate of your classroom and of your building. I have spoken to countless teachers, and they have told me that the classroom disruptions, the poor student behavior, the lack of engagement, the apathy, the absenteeism, the anxiety, all of those different things, the inability to deal with conflict with other students, it is causing them to feel overwhelmed, to feel burned out, to feel like they are wasting their time and that they even want to leave the teaching profession. So I am so glad that you are here so I can talk to you about how it is that social and emotional learning with trauma-informed care can help make your job easier and relieve some of the burnout and the pain that you're feeling. I know you're going to say, Royce, I don't have time to learn something new, but you don't have time not to learn something new. Because if you just spend 5 minutes a day of dealing with these issues and concerns with your students, that's 25 minutes a week. That is 100 minutes a month. That is 1,000 minutes of instructional time gone because you haven't been able to address and decrease these issues that your students are having. I have an online training course called the Transformative Teaching Program that uses time-tested social and emotional learning strategies. What I do right now is I help educators use social and emotional learning with trauma-informed care to decrease the misbehavior and distractions caused by poor student behavior, to help them use these strategies to improve attendance, to decrease apathy in the classroom, to improve engagement, and to overall improve the culture and climate inside and outside their classroom. Now, let me tell you what it is that you learn. Number one, you learn what social and emotional learning is. Some of you may have an idea what social and emotional learning is, and some of you may have heard of what trauma-informed care is, but are not totally sure. I teach you in the course what they are and how you can use them in your classroom and in your building. Now, some of you are going to say, Royce, I just don't have the time. Like I said earlier, you don't have time not to, because if you're feeling burnt out and overwhelmed, I can show you how to use social and emotional learning and trauma-informed care to decrease the amount of time that you are spending at school with things and behaviors that are burning your time. Also, you are going to get a section in teacher wellness and well-being so that you can implement strategies and techniques so that you can get your energy back, so that you can feel better as an educator, so you can give your full attention to where it needs to be, and it is educating your students and making your building the best learning environment that it can be. Many of you that have heard of social and emotional learning before, in your buildings, you may have students who go out to a separate class. It may be like a special, like a gym or art or music, where they learn social and emotional learning. They do that 2 times a week on Tuesday and Thursdays, or on Mondays and Wednesdays for an hour. That's not the way social and emotional learning is supposed to be used. One of the things that you're going to learn in the Transformative Teaching Program, you're going to learn how to infuse social and emotional learning into your present pedagogy, into your curriculum every day. Statistics say, the research says that to get the best, most advantageous use out of social and emotional learning and trauma-informed care is to use it every day in your classroom. And I show you how to do it. Not only do you learn how to use it in your curriculum, but many of you teachers have learned and said, hey, I don't get any support from my parents. I show you in the course how to use these strategies, not only with your students, but also with your parents to increase their engagement, to increase their participation in their students' lives. Because if you have parents as an advocate, you have a valuable teaching and assistant in the educational process if you can get parents involved. And this program shows you how to do it. Some teachers have a concern about social and emotional learning. They want to know, is it going to work for middle school and high school kids? It's going to work for all kids and all people. And not only your students, it's going to work for your parents and your staff members as well. It works on all human beings. I don't want you to think that social and emotional learning is just for elementary age students. Some people say it's too touchy and feely and it's not about academics. But what the research says about social and emotional learning is that when you implement it, especially when you use it every day in your classroom, is that it improves academics, is that it improves the testing, and that it also improves students after they leave your classroom. Some of you may say, I don't get any support from administration. Guess what? You are not going to need any support from administration because you can do this individually. And even in the course, I show you how to have PLCs where you and your other staff members who are on your team, you are able to roll it out together. You could do it individually. You could do it with your teaching team. You could do it with your grade level team, and you can even roll it out as a school. And I show you how to do it in the Transformative Teaching Program. One of the concerns that I heard from educators is, does social and emotional learning actually work? Yes, it actually worked. The research shows that it actually works. But to make sure that you are able to see that improvement, I have assessment strategies and tool and a whole module within the course that is dedicated to assessments. So you know that you cannot improve what you cannot assess. So we included an assessment module so you can assess the benefits and the progress of you and your students. So you may not be in the classroom anymore, and you are asking the question, well, Royce, is this for me? I am an instructional coach. I am a social worker. I am a counselor. I'm an administrator. Does the Transformative Teaching Program also work for me? And absolutely, positively, that it does. Whatever your function is at the school, you come into contact with students, you come into contact with staff, and most of the time, many times, you come into contact with parents as well. You could be a resource room teacher dealing with special needs students. The Transformative Teaching Program, it is for all of those different educators that are in your building. So it definitely works for them. The Transformative Teaching Program comes with 7 modules of pre-recorded information with 3 lessons apiece for individuals that are taking the course. Not only that, we meet once a week for about an hour where we do a deep dive of some of the concepts and strategies in the course to give you better understanding. And then you get the opportunity to ask questions, which we know is so very important in the learning process. As I said earlier, I have gone and done professional development for teachers, for staff, for students in schools all throughout the country. And when I've implemented social and emotional learning at one particular K-8 school here in my area, They had 500 suspensions in 1 year. Yeah, that's a lot of suspensions. After my training that I did with teachers, educators at the beginning of the year, their suspensions dropped by 40%. And as you may imagine, with students being in school longer, their test scores went up as well. So understand that using this program in social emotional learning with trauma informed care, you're going to get teachers to be able to manage their classrooms better. They're going to have students to be in school for longer inside of the classroom. It decreased those expulsions, those suspensions, and office referrals, and it is going to keep students where it is that they are supposed to be, and that is in the classroom. One of the strategies that I was teaching at a school outside of Saginaw, Michigan, and I was there to do a training on two successive Wednesdays on trauma informed care. I told the teachers of a strategy that lasts 2 weeks. And on the fifth day, on the second Wednesday, when I came back, a teacher raised her hand and said, I've been using that strategy that you talked about in the training, and it is working already. I'm telling you, teachers, that the strategies, that the things that you're going to use and learn inside of the transformative teaching program, that you're going to learn, that you're going to use them, and you are going to immediately see a difference in your school, in your students, in your school, in the culture and climate of your school, if you implement these strategies. So don't have any hesitation into signing up for the Transformative Teaching Program. It is going to help you in your school to make it a better place for you and for your students. And here are some of the objections that I've heard about social emotional learning and trauma informed care. They said that it's a fly-by idea. Actually, social and emotional learning and trauma informed care have been around for the past 25 to 30 years, and it is absolutely not going to go away. It's something that's going to be here for a long time. Another one of the objections that educators may have is the cost of the program. Well, I make it easier by, for some educators, if they want to use the payment plan option, they can do that. Also, you can pay in one lump sum, but I am telling you that the way that it will improve you as an educator, that what it did for me was to change me and make me win Teacher of the Year at my school. I went on to get the promotion to be dean of students at my middle school, and also later to become assistant principal and athletic director at my high school. And of course, that all came with an increase in my pay, so that what you are going to spend is going to be offset. And one, how it is that you be advance at your job and in your profession, and also how it is that it is going to keep you from leaving the profession, impact your burnout, and regain your energy so that you do what it is that you like to do, and that is teach. So I am asking you now, if you want things to change, you have to change. You've heard this adage a million times. If you want to do better, you have to know better. The Transformative Teaching Program is a group of strategies and teachings and pedagogy that lets you know and teaches you how to improve your classroom environment and the culture and climate of your school. You have to do something. And let me tell you, my quick story is that I was put on a performance improvement plan when I was a new teacher, and I was in jeopardy of losing my job. I had a administrator bring on an outside consultant that came in, did a classroom observation. Then we had a debrief. I came heard that debrief, went home over the Thanksgiving and Christmas break and implemented some things. It radically changed the type of teacher that I was, to where it was almost a day and night situation. And I am telling you that you need to take advantage of this online course right now if you want your energy to come back, if you want students to be more engaged, if you want to decrease the absenteeism, if you want to improve test scores and academic achievement, if you want to cut down with the bad behavior, the in instituting conflict resolution strategies, and the things that are burning you out, you have to sign up for the Transformative Teaching Program right now. You will not be disappointed about the things that you learn and the results, the benefits that you are going to get. Sign up now. Take care.